Hello and welcome to the fifth and final episode of Drip Too Hard. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about fast fashion and how the coronavirus has affected it. My guest today is Jasmine Morahan. Hey Jazzy, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi Valentina, I'm Jasmine Morahan. I'm a first-year student and my major is marine science.
Ooh, cool. So, first things first, I'm going to ask you, do you know what fast fashion is?
I don't.
Alrighty, so fast fashion, by definition, is inexpensive clothing produced rapidly by mass market retailers in response to latest trends. So basically, it's what's the most trendy and can be made the fastest. Okay, so what do you think so far of fast fashion?
That's really interesting.
Okay, so in general, there's a lot of pros and cons, especially to the environment, and this is why I called you on, because I know you are a very eco-friendly / very economically turned person, so I thought some of these things would be very interesting to you. Some cons in the fast fashion industry are the increase of textile waste. And textile waste can almost always be found in currents. Yeah, they get caught in ocean currents and then end up in places like Trash Island, which is a real thing that is really sad. It also has a really bad effect on pollution and global warming in general because there is always a constant production of this clothing. So the companies that do it aren't environmentally charged in the way that they would think about what harm they're causing to the environment. What do you think of this?
I think that is a big issue considering the ocean is one of our biggest economic resource, and therefore with the pollution from the industry, it can be an issue for not only the ocean but for the creatures that are living within the ocean. And as a marine science major, it is I want to be able to help that and to slow down the rate of pollution within our waters.
For sure. That's one of the biggest things that's happening right now. Because of the coronavirus and the stop of production in fast fashion, a lot of the companies and, sadly sweatshops that did run this industry have closed down and in effect have caused a lot of positive changes in the environment, which is absolutely fantastic. They've seen a lot of the pollution has gone down significantly, and as well as ocean pollution, which is incredible. With this comes some cons, though, because as we all know, fast fashion is often most affordable and easily found online because of the forms in which it is produced. Often they use sweatshops in third world countries where the cost of production is a lot lower. These are countries like Bangladesh, countries in Asia, or the Bangladesh is in Asia, but a lot of different countries where the resources aren't as good, as well as some places in South America. Since the close of all these companies, approximately 1,089 garment factories in Bangladesh have had their orders canceled due to the coronavirus, and these have ended up in roughly $1.5 billion losses. What do you think of this?
I think that's a terrible situation that's happening considering that the economy, and not only in America but in other countries, have been affected by this very negatively. So companies like with the sweatshops and the workers are definitely suffering from this.
I think the biggest problem right now with all of this is that the people are the ones who end up getting hurt the most. Often it's people who work in sweatshops that make minimum or less than minimum wage, that don't have any forms of social or health protection, and this is the big issue that's happening right now. So yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult situation because I can definitely see how there are some cons, especially environmentally wise, but then again, the people who work in these places are being affected very negatively. Any final thoughts?
Overall, hopefully this will pass soon. Everything will go back to normal, and it's sad to see what's happening within the fashion industry and within the economies around the world.
I completely agree. Thank you so much for being my interviewee today, Jazz. I very greatly appreciate it. I know this was a very heavy topic, and I really appreciate you coming on and talking about it with me.
Of course, thank you for interviewing me.
Okay. All right. This has been another episode of Drip Too Hard. Thank you all so much for listening, and hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you. Goodbye, lovelies.